Hello everybody, it's Shifa AbuAlrob with you from Al-Jinan International Schools. Today we're going to explain the first two paragraphs of the text in page 104 on Unit 10, Period 2. So let's get started. At the beginning, let's learn the new vocabulary in paragraph 1. Experts, professionals, crisis, critical situation, among, between, established, settled, fixed, poll, vote, common, general, party, group supporting certain belief, offer, give. Now let's read the first paragraph. The Democracy Report. Many experts believe we are facing a crisis of democracy. For many years now, not just in the UK, but in all the world's more established democracies, the number of people who vote in elections has been falling. This is especially true among young people. The message from opinion polls is clear. There is a common feeling that young people find traditional politics boring, and that whatever party they are from, politicians have nothing to offer them. So this paragraph talks about problem that the democratic countries face, which is that young people don't participate in the elections because they think that traditional politics is not useful for them and because they think that politicians don't care about the country's youth. Many experts believe عدة خبراء يعتقدون we are facing crisis of democracy إنه نحن نواجه مشكلة في الديمقراطية أزمة ديمقراطية okay believe معناها think facing معناها يواجه okay for many years now لعدة سنوات الآن not just in the UK not يعني مش بس في المملكة المتحدة but in all the world's more established democracies يعني في كثير من الديمقراطيات أو العالمية المؤسسة أو الراسخة. The number of people who vote in elections has been falling. عدد الناس الذين يصوتون في الانتخابات يتناقص أو يهبط. تمام؟ fall يسقط بس هي هون معناها زي to get down, to descend. Okay, this is especially true among young people. يعني هاي المشكلة اللي هي تناقص أعداد المنتخبين هي بشكل خاص صحيحة بين الفئة الشابة. Okay, بين الناس الصغار بالعمر. Young, شاب, people, ناس. The message from opinion polls is clear. إنه الرسالة من استطلاعات الرأي. Opinion polls هي استطلاعات الرأي. كانت واضحة. Clear يعني obvious. واضح. There is a common feeling. Common feeling هو شعور عام شائع that young people find traditional politics boring. يعني إنه الشباب شو بشوفوا السياسة التقليدية هي مملة. Traditional معناها تقليدي أو كلاسيكي و the opposite of this word is modern. Okay, حديث. Politics سياسة boring ممل عكسها interesting or the antonyms يعني إنها its antonym is interesting and that whatever party they are from بغض النظر عن أي حزب أو أي تنظيم سياسي هم منه. they بتعود على مين؟ على السياسيين اللي نحكي عنهم. politicians have nothing. السياسيون ما عندهم شيء to offer them ليقدموا لهم. them refers to young people. okay. Now I want from you to find out what do these pronouns refer to. This, they, and them. This fall in the number of people who vote. يعني هذا الضمير بيعود على هاي المشكلة إنه هبوط عدد الناس العدد الناس المنتخبين. They, politicians, here the politicians, and them, young people. Them refers to young people. يعني هون معناها الجملة إنه السياسيين ما عندهم شيء يقدموه لمين؟ للyoung people. This is the first paragraph. Then let's learn the new vocabulary of the second paragraph. Okay. Recommend, advise or suggest. Compulsory, obligatory. Author, writer. Candidate, person desiring political job. Satisfied, content, ready. Afford, be able to. Made aware of, were informed. Lower, to reduce. Now let's read the second paragraph. Now, a new report has recommended that voting should be made compulsory and that the voting age should be lowered to 16. It's a problem that so many young people don't vote, says Professor Paul Meadows, one of the report's authors, because politicians can then afford to ignore them. This increases their feeling of not being listened to, and so it goes on. But if young people want their voices to be heard, they have to vote. One important thing that we say in the report, though, is that there should be a none of the above option for those who don't support any of the available candidates. That way, politicians will at least be made aware of how many people aren't satisfied with what they're offered. They suggested to make voting obligatory in this paragraph, okay, by making the voting age 16, not 18, and by adding the option none of the above to let people express their opinion and about the candidates at the same time to get get to hear about their views on politics. Now الآن a new report has recommended إنه في تقرير جديد أوصى به recommended يعني suggested okay or advised that voting should be made compulsory. لازم التصويت يكون compulsory يعني obligatory إلزامي إجباري by force, and that the voting age should be lowered to 16. يعني إن عمر التصويت أو عمر الانتخاب السن القانوني للانتخاب يكون يتخفض ل 16 لأنه كان هو 18 فبيقترحوا أو إنه ينزل ل 16 لعمر 16 سنة. It's a problem that so many young people don't vote, says Professor Paul Meadows. هون بحكي لنا بول ميدوز إنه مشكلة إنه العديد من الشباب الصغار يعني بالعمر أو الناس الصغار بالعمر don't vote إنهم ما بيصوتوا، فهو شايفها إنها مشكلة. هذا الكلام مأخوذ من وين؟ من كلام Professor Paul Meadows إنه had between quotation mark means that this information is taken from his saying or his speech. One of the report's authors مين هو بول ميدوز؟ هو واحد من مؤلفين التقرير اللي احنا بنحكي عنه يعني عن الريبورت اللي بيقترح شغلات علينا على أساس إنه يزيد عدد المنتخبين. Okay? Because politicians can then afford to ignore them. إنه السياسيين بيقدروا إنه يتجاهلوهم. Ignore يتجاهل. This increases their feeling of not being listened to. هذا بيزيد من شعورهم إنهم ما حدا بيسمع لهم. And so it goes on. وهكذا يستمر الوضع. But if young people want their voices to be heard, إذا الشباب الصغار حابين إنه صوتهم يسمع أو يوصل, they have to vote. يعني يجب أن يصوتوا. Have to يعني must. ماشي. They must vote, the same meaning as they have to vote. One important thing that we say in the report إنه شيء مهم في اللي تكلمنا عنه في التقرير. Though is that there should be none of the above option يعني إن يكون في بخانة التصويت اللي بيكون في أسماء المرشحين بيكون في خانة تحت إنه none of the above لا أحد من المذكور أسمائهم في الأعلى يعني. For those who don't support any of the available candidates يعني بيقترحوا أن يكون هاي الخانة موجودة لمين؟ للأشخاص اللي ما بيدعموا أي حدا من المرشحين. Don't support لا يؤيدوا any of the available candidates من المرشحين المتوفرين. available متوفر يعني في مثلا عدة مرشحين وأنا ما بدي ولا حدا فيهم بروح بحط تشيك على خانة إيش none of the above يعني ولا حدا من اللي فوق. That way بهاي الطريقة politicians will at least be made aware of how many people are unsatisfied. إنه satisfied with what? With what they're offered. يعني إنه هي بهاي الطريقة at least على الأقل بخليهم يعرفوا أو بنوصلهم معلومة إنه كم من الناس اللي مش راضيين aren't satisfied غير راضيين عن شو هم بيقدموا شو السياسيين بيقدموا لهم. تمام؟ Okay, now let's answer this question. What do these pronouns refer to? It, young people not voting, them line in 3 here, young people, and they line 7 here. Politicians. Thanks for listening. Please check out the worksheet on Nourispace and bye bye.